Well, good morning. It's great to see you, and welcome back to the shop where we've got the doors open here because here in late February, it is a balmy 47 degrees out. It feels more like late March, early April, but I'm not fooled. I believe we've probably still got at least one or two good snowstorms left in this winter, so there's a couple of things that I need to do to get prepared for that, and that is really has to do with my tractor here. I've got this plow on the tractor. I've got a couple of videos out there of me using this, and it's been a real handy tool. But lately I've noticed that this bracket has a little bit of play in it, and you can see that it moves back and forth that way, and it's bumping up against this axle piece here. It's just got a little bit too much play in it. So I need to do something about that, and my idea is that I'm going to take, I don't know what this is, probably from an old trailer hitch or something like that, but I'm going to cut the top of it off and then slide it underneath there and see if I can't take up that space that's right there. Probably have to weld it in place, so we'll get the welder out, we'll play with that a little bit. And then I also have these pieces here, which is some needle bearings for installing on my front wheels here to get them to turn a little bit easier. There's a couple of videos out there called, the poor man's power steering, and that's what this kit is. I think it cost me, $10 or $12. Actually, it didn't cost that much. I think it was like $4 or $5 online for these. So after we get that all squared away, I'm going to install these, and that's what we're going to be doing here today in the workshop, which we've renamed the Old Man's Workbench in honor of my old man's workbench. So the first thing I'm going to do is take about 4 inches off of this. After that, we'll take one of these, so we'll take the top off of this, one of these sides, and we'll end up with a U-shaped channel. And then we're going to cut it into two inch sections, one for each side. Doesn't have to be real precise. That'll work. And we'll get our cutting wheel here, and we'll just cut it off. One of the things that I learned the hard way is that you want to have some protection, some eye protection, and some protection for your clothes, because this thing does throw off some sparks. So I'm just getting my old welder's apron on here, and some gloves. I don't know if I need those gloves. Maybe I'll just use these gloves here. These are fine. See what I mean? Throw some sparks out there. Yeah. All right, well, there's our channel. Let's go take a look and see how that fits. Again, we're going to cut it in half. We don't need the whole thing. I think this is going to fit just fine underneath here. Yeah, that fits on both sides of that. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably with maybe a little bit too much space, but we'll deal with that. That's not a big deal. And then I think we're going to cut this in half. So half goes on this side, half goes on that side, and then we'll weld it in place. Hopefully this won't take too long. Just to give me a reference line. Yeah, that's about halfway, so that'll be fine. And I'll cut this, and then we'll see about welding these pieces on. Okay, let's take this over the tractor and see how it fits in there. I closed the door because the temperature has gone from, what do we say, 47 degrees when we started this, down to 39 degrees. So it is getting cold again. You know, it's Northeast Ohio. If you don't like the weather, just wait 10 minutes. It'll change. Yeah, that works like that. Looks like that's going to go in there just fine. All right. I think we're going to take the wheels off here so we can get a better access at that when we need to. We're going to have to weld that in there. So that's what we're going to do. That looks like that should be plenty high enough. Let's take these wheels off. I think what we're going to do is just take the whole spindle off, since we're going to have to get into that to put these needle bearings, this poor man's power steering in place. So we might as well do that while we're at it. We'll take this steering off first. See if that pops off. Probably not. Nope. Gonna have to persuade that a little bit. All right, well, I decided to open up the doors again just because, well, I'm going to be welding in here, so we want to have some ventilation, but also the light's a whole lot better. So yeah, that'll be fine. I'll get the other side over here, and we're just going to put a weld up here and down the side. Same thing on the other side. Call it good. You can see that I've ground that down so that we're down to bare metal, and this is also ground down. But this is one of the pieces I cut out, and we're trying to just get rid of this gap here, because you can see that this bracket is, you know, is kind of loose there and getting worse. So we put this bracket in here, just kind of wedge it in there right now, and we're just going to see if we can't weld along this side here and then back. I don't know if you can see that, but back along here and down there. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side so that this bracket is a little bit more stiff and steady in place here. So let's get started on that, and hopefully we can get this taken care of. My welding skills are suspect at best, so wish me luck. All right, well, there it is. That's the weld. Did the other side as well, so I wasn't lying to you. It's an ugly weld, but it'll hold. It'll do what I need it to do. I am certainly not any kind of professional welder. So, but you know, a little bit more grinding, a little paint, and you know, it'll look as good as new, at least for my purposes. Besides, it'll be hidden behind a wheel. And this is much more stable now. You can see that's not flopping up and down the way that it was. So it's working the way that I had intended it to work. So let's put this thing back together, and then we'll put those needle bearings in and have our poor man's power steering, and get this thing back on the road. All right, so for these needle bearings, this, as they say, the poor man's power steering, it goes at the bottom here with one washer down, and then the needle bearings, and then this. I probably should grease those up too. Probably will do that real quick. Just put a little axle grease in this. This on there, and then this goes on the other side, and then we just put this down like that, and then this goes on. Probably should grease this whole thing up, is what I should do. Yeah, there you go, much better. Then the spindle simply just moves right back up through this slot. And this gets reattached right here. Just like that. Now we just tighten that up. Okay, that should be good. We'll put the other one on now. Same deal as before. Let's put some axle grease on this. Sandwich it between the two regular washers. And then we'll grease this up too. So now we just slide the spindle back up in here, and then we let the wheel down, and it should be just fine like that. And now that it's down, we need to put the locking washer on here to keep it on there. It'll stay in this place just by its own weight, but if it's ever lifted up, we want it to stay in there. So we just have a small locking nut that keeps this in place, keeps it from falling off if this was ever to come off the ground. So let me put that on. That's this piece right here, just these two pieces, just like that. Got a big washer on the bottom, and then this locking washer here. It's got these little tangs in here that just grab onto that spindle to hold it in place, and that's really all it's meant to do. And now I've lost it. One side and then the other, and then we just kind of seat it all the way around, and that's really all we need. It's going to stay right there. See, if we lift it up again, it just stays on there. It's not going to come off. Let that back down. Now we just put this tie rod in place right here with a cotter pin, and we're good to go. Turn this back and forth, and that works just fine, as does this wheel over here. So the poor man's power steering needle bearings are in place. So let's put the plow on and see how that fits. Plow's got a couple different parts, but basically it just works on a hinge here, and then we've got this handle here that helps lift it up. So the first thing we need to do is just line these pieces up here. Here comes the train, right on time. You know, Buzz over at Buzz's retirement garage, he's always dealing with airplanes. I got trains. I guess we all have our crosses to bear. Okay, there's that. Now that's in place, and that can go up and down. And we just need to put our handle in, and the handle goes underneath here. Okay, and then this just slides right in here like that. And now all we do is wait for snow, which is coming because it's only February. I can guarantee we're going to get some more snow probably in the near future. Well, I told you winter wasn't done with us yet. And what do you know? I wake up this morning and this is what we see. Just a day or two after finishing that plow up and getting that all fixed up, and we've got this to take care of. So it's a good thing we took care of that. we'll get her out. We'll get this thing scraped off in no time and get on with our day. Well, wow, all I can say is that what a difference. That plow sits a lot higher now with these shims in place, and the steering is a dream. You know, I used to have to just horse it, you know, left and right. Now I can just spin it, and it's almost like I don't have to put any effort into it at all. So what an improvement. I'm really pleased with that. So anyhow, that's going to about do it for this episode. We appreciate you sticking with us throughout this process and sharing the time with us. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, let us know what you thought of it. And boy, if you would take a second and subscribe, that would really help the channel. We would appreciate your support in that aspect. We're going to have some more content coming out here pretty shortly, so we will see you in the next one.